Alright, so many of you will have seen the 2013 video we put out last week with the Sauber at Spain with Hulkenberg, and I asked you to recommend what we should do next. And one of the recommendations was next time do Imola with Ferrari of 80 and with Schumacher, so we will get that done now. Just setting up the options, 25% race, and off to Imola we go, which we have just arrived at now, and we are going to be starting this race in 4th place. After it was Mansell who started on pole, then it was us in 4th, our teammate was Berger in 5th. First time I've driven the 80s cars, a lot more slidey than the 90s cars, very tricky to keep in a straight line sometimes. It's all 5 lights, and that takes us underway. Coming up to the first corner then, very short first and second gear it has to be said. So we've got Berger on our inside here as well. And through the first corner safely enough. Get on the grass a bit there. Does Berger manage to get past us? No, he doesn't. I think we managed to fend him off as we come up to the next chicane. So we've managed to get through the first couple of corners in 4th through all the mayhem, which there wasn't much of, but it's always tricky at Imola not to run into everyone as you come into that first chicane. So experiences so far with the 80s cars, this was of course the only race I did. I've managed to get 16 laps done, and I can definitely say that these are very, very slidey. If you try and get the power down, you'll spin the wheels up a lot, get a lot of wheel spin, and then you'll just be sliding all over the place. You've got to be rather gentle on the throttle, it has to be said, otherwise you just end up going absolutely nowhere and sliding across the track quite a bit. It's not as easy to turn these either. Of course they wouldn't have had power steering back then, and you can kind of tell when you're trying to get through these corners, especially the very slow first and second chicanes and hairpins. It takes quite a bit to get through those. As I run wide, finish off lap 1. Good dry race, good out, that's what we like to hear. So into lap 2 we come then. Looks like Hill's starting to get away from us a bit. We've got Hakkinen just behind us. Up into the hairpin. Really struggling to get the power down there. Hakkinen right behind us now. He'll be in the slipstream coming up the hill into the left-hander, which I've got completely wrong. And this is what annoys me about F1 games. Codemasters have got the engine that they had in Grid 1 and they're using that for this game, and that should have just completely wrecked the car, but for some reason it just didn't touch it at all. I carried on. Hakkinen retired for some unknown reason. I don't think he lost anything required to get around the track like a wheel or anything, so I don't know why he retired. But I managed to recover from that, and I've slowly managed to catch Hill up in the meantime. Dropped Nakajima by 13.5 seconds now. Supposed to pit on this lap, but I think I end up actually missing it and going for a lap longer, which I find myself doing quite a bit sometimes. If I'm like having a really good run setting fastest laps or battling with other cars, which is a lot better this year it has to be said, then I often find myself realising a lap later that, oh, I should have pitted that last lap. But one lap doesn't really make a difference unless your tyres are just completely gone, but I've not got to that stage yet, and hopefully I never do get to that stage. So trying to chase down Hill then as we get ready for the one and only stop in this race, which will come a lap later. We're in the slipstream now out the chicane, going for the outside of the double left-hander, but we get the job done easy enough and we're ahead before the braking zone. Lap later then, everyone else has pitted. I forgot to pit of course, it's promoted me up to second. I'm just chasing down Fittipaldi at the minute. And we're about to dive in the pit lane. Almost running in the back of Fittipaldi, but it's going to be a battle between the pit crews to see who can get out first. These new cameras in the pit lane are a lot better than last year, it has to be said, as they set the fastest lap entering the pit lane. I don't think I'm going to beat that because you essentially just cut the final chicane. So there goes Mansell to take the lead, and Hill's already in the pit lane at the minute. We've got Berger coming up behind us, and I think Berger just ran into it. Running straight in the back of us, no damage done though luckily, and we're going to chase down Fittipaldi now that we've got the one and only pit stop out the way. Fresh tyres, and we'll see what we can do towards the end of the race. Way up close behind the rear wing of Fittipaldi there. Sliding around all over the place trying to get the power down. Looking out for Berger behind it, who's rather quick, it has to be said. Not lapping on lap 8 at the minute, so we're just coming up to the halfway point in this racing. Question is, can we get ourselves ahead of Fittipaldi? Currently third at the minute, and apparently we're quicker than him in sector 1, and we've got a much better run through the chicane, but we had to brake to avoid running in the back of Fittipaldi there, so lost a bit of ground to him. Coming down to finish off the lap through the double left-hander, then we've just got the kink and the chicane to go. Looks like we've had a much better run through there than Fittipaldi. Can we get him coming into the chicane at the end of the lap? Down the inside we go, almost running into the side of him as Berger pits. And on our way we go. This is around half of the lap later, and we make a mistake. Fittipaldi is back through. So that's us back down into third. All that work I didn't particularly pay off in the end, but looks like we're going to get a better run out the chicane here. Barely enough room to get two cars side by side here as well. As we come into the double left-hander, and I get the move made. And then I do the exact same thing, just 2 laps later on Mansell, but I outbrake myself and end up running off track. Get the power down. And it looks like we're trying for the outside of the final chicane, very close to having no room left at all. And into the final chicane we go to take the lead as we head on to lap 12, and that was pretty much where I stayed for the rest of the race, just slowly building up that gap. This was of course done on expert, so once again let us know track, driver and car combinations you want to see, whether it's 80s, 90s or 2013 stuff. Leave it in the comments below and we will sort through them for the next race that we do. And that actually earned me an achievement for winning a race without any assists. And we shall see you in the next video. We've got F1 2012 co-op coming up tomorrow or probably Saturday. We've got that done and out the way finally after a year, and we'll see you next time.